All right, morning class. So this is for Thursday. We're going to review some stuff, learn a couple skills, and then we're going to just have 2 minutes of work here at the end. So I wanted to go over squat again. I don't have my assistant today, but as we're squatting on this, okay, as we squat down, I wanted to focus on the feet for just a little bit because it's the foundation, right? It's what's actually touching the ground. I know a lot of kids now kind of have this collapsed knee and foot. So as you stand up and when you're practicing this, I want you to kind of look at your feet and notice if you've got this arch down in the bottom of your foot, okay? My children do not, and I'm trying to work on it with them. But it seems like it collapses in, and if you watch my ankle move to the inside, this kind of collapses down and I get flat feet, and then my knee starts to collapse in as well. So if you see people walking, and they're walking with the ankle in and like their knee kind of bent in, it's not because they need arches or anything like that. It's just because we don't train our feet. Usually it's because we wear shoes that are too supportive, too cushiony, and we don't make our feet actually work and grab the ground. So as we get set up in our squat, shoulder width again, I want to think about grabbing the ground with my toes and kind of holding onto it, just like a hand. Okay, you got the same bones and same everything between the feet and the hand. They're just kind of looking different, obviously. But I want to be grabbing onto earth or whatever I'm on and then holding that as I descend down, okay? So again, I don't want to just go down and then collapse my feet, right? We talked about that with Hogan. You can see the arches in my feet collapse, my ankles roll in, knees are in. I want to be turning my butt on, I'm pulling my knees out, grabbing the ground with my toes, and then able to descend safely and then come up nice and strong, okay? Grab that ground. If you find that you do have those collapsed arches, if you can get your hands or feet onto some marbles and just practice picking stuff up and moving it, okay? Marbles, sand, really die. If you got like some dice, or die, but a dice at home, just anything really small, pick it up, manipulate it, move it around, and just practice working these feet kind of muscles and everything and get that strong, and you're going to find yourself able to move your knees out better, and you're probably going to reduce pain and being uncomfortable as well. Okay, so that's just the focus. I want you doing like 20 squats as you're gripping the ground, and that's going to kind of serve as your warm-up for our work later. The other thing I wanted to focus on was push-ups, and we were talking a lot about that midline, right? Extension, flexion, staying nice and neutral, in a safe position that makes movement the most efficient. Not necessarily easy, but definitely easier, right? So what we're gonna do in order to practice that are just some shoulder taps. So we're gonna get into a push-up position here. I'm in a nice flat plank. My shoulders are directly over my wrist. And what I want you to try to do is pick a hand up off of the ground and touch your other shoulder without rocking your hips. What I'm going to see a lot of students do, I'm going to try to show this on camera, is they'll rotate their hips up, tap, and then rotate their hips back like this. We want to try to grab the ground, stabilize your tummy, my hips aren't moving, and I'm able to just touch opposite shoulders. If you're rocking, that you should know, that's a lack of this core strength, and we can't fight this like torque or this twisting motion, okay? So we want to grab the ground, we're just tapping opposite shoulders. Not like a fast like racing gravity. I want to be under control, tap, go back down, okay? So you got 20 nice slow air squats. You're going to do 20 shoulder taps on each shoulder, so 40 if you got to do all the way up, while maintaining that nice tight midline. And then what we need to learn today is actually taking our heart rate. So for me right now, I'm gonna get my handy dandy timer going. I'm gonna take my 2 fingers, right? You guys might have learned this in middle school already, so if it's review, that's fine. I'm gonna find my pulse on my neck, and I'm gonna count how many heartbeats I have in 6 seconds. So I was at 7. Okay, I had 7 heartbeats in 6 seconds. If I want to find out how many beats per minute, all I'm going to do is add a 0 to that, right? 6 seconds, 10 times is 60 seconds. I did 7 beats, 10 times, 70 beats per minute. If you would rather, if your brain works this way, where you want to count how many beats you do for 10 seconds and then multiply it by 6, either or, doesn't matter, it's up to you. For me, it's easy to just throw that 0 on and it doesn't take as long. So, real quick review on the squat. We reviewed push-ups and practiced that. You guys are gonna do those sets of 20. For your heart rate, okay, you're gonna be recording a few things. I want you to get a clock and you're gonna do as many squats as possible. Or as many reps as possible. So we're gonna call that an AMRAP. A-M-R-A-P, AMRAP, of air squats in 1 minute. Okay, so clock 3, 2, 1, go. You're gonna start to squat and you're gonna do as many squats, getting your hip beneath your knee and then standing all the way back up, as many squats as you can in 60 seconds. You're gonna record how many reps you do in those 60 seconds. But what we also want you to do is when you're done with that minute, you're gonna take your 2 fingers, put them on your neck, and you're gonna calculate your heart rate after you're done doing those. So you got reps and heart rate are gonna be recorded. And then you're gonna do the same thing for push-ups. So you can relax and rest, take a little break after your air squats are done. And then you're gonna reset the clock. You're gonna have 60 seconds to do as many push-ups as possible, okay? Here's a little difference on push-ups. For the squat, we go hip beneath your knee. For the push-ups today, to make them accurate and to keep consistency, we're gonna do push-ups where our chest touches the ground. So my hands are gonna be set under my shoulders. I have to lower my chest all the way down until my chest hits. Not my legs, I don't want my knees hitting. I'm gonna keep my core tight, and then I'm pressing straight up as best I can, okay? I want you guys to try to keep that core, obviously, because that's a good push-up. But if you get halfway through the minute or so and you lose that, as long as you don't injure yourself and nothing hurts, you can continue to move. So maybe in the start of the minute, you're looking like this, everything's nice and kosher, but later on in the minute, 45 seconds in, you start to relax, then you press yourself back up, then you have to go back down, and you press yourself back up. So be it. For right now, we're gonna take that, and we're just gonna be working our way up to where we can do good push-ups for a full minute, okay? And when you get done with that, you're gonna record how many push-ups you did in the minute, and you're gonna record what your heart rate was after the minute of push-ups as well, okay? So not a whole lot of work. We're just practicing different timing schemes. So again, this is called an AMRAP, as many reps as possible in 1 minute. And yesterday we did EMOMs. We've done the flower song so far. We've got a whole bunch of timing things. And this is gonna lead us into our kind of our class lecture tomorrow. So super excited for you guys. Hope you're finding this useful and interesting. Let me know if you got any questions, or you let your teacher know if you got any questions. But other than that, be safe, have fun. See you later.